Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. I did a little bit of grinding. Got everybody up a couple levels, even got myself up a level or two. I didn't actually get anybody tired, but a couple enemies are starting to panic and run away, so I think I'm doing pretty alright. Not too much new otherwise, though. I did complete one of the two quests that we needed to do.
I know you've been busy lately, but you all remember to do your homework, right?
Holy crap, you've got a voiceover. I am sorry. Oh wait, this isn't even my classroom.
Just because you're not taking a literature class next year doesn't mean you can blow off classic lit. Hey, are you listening to me?
I am now that you've got a voice.
What's wrong, Fuka? You look kinda down. Huh? Talk to me. Tell me what's bothering you.
It's about Aragaki-senpai.
Oh, pretty shocking, huh? Never seen him at school, but I've seen him around town. I wonder if he really did get caught up in some kind of crime.
Some things you can never get back. I know that from all the things that have happened with my parents. I've sort of been avoiding the question, but is it okay for me to go on like this?
Parents, huh? I can relate to that. But you'll be okay, right?
Natsuki, what are you waiting for? Come on up.
Yeah.
Hey, now that you got a voice, man, you gotta speak up.
Don't you want to give your classmates a proper goodbye?
Huh? What's going on?
Hello everyone. I know it hasn't been that long, but I feel like I've made some good friends. I'll remember each and every one of you, even after I transfer. Thank you. How's that?
Transfer? What?
Like, shocking as that was, I like that how's that at the end. Like, it was a complete put-on speech. He didn't give a crap
You're a
about
weird
anybody.
one, you know? The biggest bitch in the school is leaving, and you feel sorry for her.
You're transferring? And you didn't say anything?
It's not like telling you would have changed anything. Why make us both depressed?
You know, that's a reasonably mature sentiment.
Anyway, my dad's pretty sick. And they say it'll take some time for him to recover. And we don't really have that much money, so we can't afford to stay here. You know, I still think you're crazy for being friends with someone like me. But, like I said before, we're both in the same boat. My parents act like I don't even exist. I hate living at home. That's why I was so jealous when you moved into the dorm.
Natsuki-chan.
But, Fuka, your house is nearby and your parents are pretty normal. So why'd you move?
Huh? Well,
If you don't want to tell me, that's okay. But if it's something that you and your folks can work out, then do it while you have the chance. It'll be a while before my dad's in any condition for us to have a heart-to-heart. What am I doing? This isn't what I wanted to talk about.
You know, Natsuki, you are being surprisingly mature and thoughtful, and I'm not sure why I'm as surprised as I am at this. Like, you're an alright person.
You know, Fuka, I used to think that every day was just the same. And I'm only saying this because it's you. But you don't get any second chances in life. If you accept the way things are, then they'll never change. This is the last time I'll see this view. I won't be in school next week because I'll be packing, so guess this is goodbye.
No!
It's okay. Everything will be all right. Come on, don't give me that look.
But...
Hey, I'm not helpless, you know. Changed a lot since I met you. I'm gonna try and figure out what I really want now. So, I hope you do the same.
what I really want... I used to try and please everyone. I was afraid of not being liked, so I did my best to fit in. But I never really thought about what I wanted.
That is so like you, Fuka. Well, I say, if they don't accept you for who you are, then screw them. But I like you, even if you don't like yourself.
Natsuki-chan.
Well, better get going.
Natsuki-chan! Natsuki-chan.
Hey, cell phones! So they can still keep in contact.
Even if we're apart, we'll still be connected.
I was gonna ask if they have Skype or anything, because I'm pretty sure they do.
It all makes sense now.
I don't know how big a computer person Natsuki is, though.
I've always been so worried about how others are feeling. That's why my power allows me to stay connected with them. I guess there is something I want after all. It makes me happy to see everyone else happy too. So, I want us all to remain friends. The power to connect people even when they're apart. My persona has given me this amazing gift.
There you are.
Why? Did something happen?
It is surprising to find you on the rooftop.
We saw kind of cool looking persona show up, so we all hoofed it up here.
We were just wondering what you were up to.
Everything's okay now. I've made up my mind. I'll do as much as I can with my power. For my sake, as well as the sake of others.
Okay.
Correct response.
Sorry, I guess that was sort of random, wasn't it?
Are you sure you're all right?
Well, that was a sweet little moment. Though I think a lot of the Persona evolutions in this game, they of course do revolve around the individual characters having their own stories that come about and grow, and they grow as a person, but this is where I think Persona 4 handled it better. Because in 4, you actually had to go through the social link, so you saw their story, and you saw their persona evolve because you saw their story go through. Whereas with this game, most of the people whose personas are evolving, you never saw their story at all. And in turn, it's just kind of a real quick, like, boot kick to, hey, here's a random cutscene, and now we have an evolved persona. And we are actually going to art club today. Like, Fuka's felt a little bit out of place. She's like, hey, here's a random cutscene because her persona kind of needs to evolve. I think Ken's kind of felt the same way, too. Like, I know there were a lot of people in the comments saying that, crap. Duder McDuderson's death there was really just like a one-off event, and he existed purely to give Akihiko and Ken evolved personas. Now for this one, it does not actually matter what you say. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree. Like, I think it grew enough, and I think Akihiko's evolved persona really fit and made sense. Do whatever you want. Because you saw the two of them bantering with each other and dealing with each other through the entire game. You saw that there was a lot of tension there. That they meant something to each other, but it was just strained and terrible. And when push came to shove at the end and he died, Akihiko did have that moment then where he, like, kind of grew up for it. And that fit. But, like, Ken, we never saw any of his story, really. Like, they explained it to us in a real quick cutscene, and that was it. And then, at the end of that cutscene, his persona evolved. And, like, it just felt a little bit like a, hey, here's a random scene to give Ken his persona. And it kind of felt the same with Fuka there, too. Like, and I think a lot of them go that way in this game, and I don't really think, just by the very design of the game, that there's much getting around that.
Hi, how was your day?
I listened to you a lot today, actually. Now, it is the evening of the 20th, so we're going right back outside. Like, I think there's a couple more, one or two, that are actually pretty cool. Maybe 2 or 3 that are pretty cool. But I think by the very nature of the game, a lot of them will seem a little out of place like that. And we're here to talk to Tanaka. I sure would. And again, I think that's something that Persona 3 actually handled a little bit better. I think the only downside to how they handled it in Persona 4 handled it a little bit better. I think the only downside to how Persona 4 handled it is that it's become optional for them to get their evolved persona. It's not part of the natural flow of the game. Which is something, then, that this game does attempt to do. Now, for here, wow, there's no it does not give me a correct answer. Oh, this should be the rank 10, though, so I guess it doesn't matter. So he is actually doing the donation. Given what we've heard from Tanaka over the course of the social link, we've at least learned about him that he has had kind of a terrible, I shouldn't say terrible, a rough childhood. And he's really glad to have pulled himself up from that and gotten away from that. And I feel like here, though he talks about it in strict business terms, I feel like it's motivated at least in part because he knows what they went through and he wants to help them out of it. And good on you, Tanaka. Thou art I, and I am thou. The bond thou hast nurtured hath finally matured. The innermost power of the Devil Arcana hath been set free. We bestow upon thee the ability to create Beelzebub, the ultimate form of the Devil Arcana. You're gonna wander off and hit on her, aren't you? You know, Tanaka, you're alright.